Hello and welcome to On The Bench LFC. It's a match build-up show for Liverpool versus Man City, and I am joined at the beginning of this one by my trusty companion, Connor, the Hoover Master. So, thank you to everyone that is joining us live in this one. Firstly, I want to say there hasn't been any content this week because I've been mentally busy, but we are back, and we are back with a boom because we have got City in this one. I hear a lot of you guys wasn't very happy with how the last game went. So I'm sure we will end up discussing that one in this one, but this is a build-up show for the Man City game, and oh my god, it's a big one. They are a tough team. We know that. We are fighting with them for the league title this year. I think it's a three-horse race: Chelsea, Liverpool and City, and we know how we've done against Chelsea as well recently, so City's the next big test for us, isn't it? Connor, how very well are you feeling today, mate? Have you had a good day?
I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm just excited for this game because hopefully we can do a lot better than what we saw at that Napoli game. I think that was the worst performance under Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion. I think that if we can bounce back strong with this game, then we have a good chance, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely. Liverpool says, yo, first. Hello, Liverpool, my friend. How are you? Ivan says 2-0. Thank you for your score prediction straight away. I absolutely love it. Mine's 2-1. You can see it on the screen straight away below me. Below me is my score prediction for anyone that doesn't know. You will see my starting 11 as well. We will talk about the starting 11s. We will talk about the team updates with the injuries and stuff like that throughout this show. What we got, K Goalie says Redmen. Jamal says, K Goalie, welcome to the stream, by the way. Jamal says, we miss you. Jamal, I miss all of you as well. I've missed it, honestly, guys. It's horrible not doing content because I absolutely love talking to the Liverpool supporters every day. It's so weird when I don't do it. Junior says 3-2 LFC. How are you, Daz? I'm very good, thank you. How are you, Junior? Lovely to see you in the stream today. 3-2. Funny you should say that, Junior, because kind of what did I just say before the stream? I said it could very well be a 3-2 game. If Liverpool can find a scoring rhythm in this match, then it could be the case that we outscore them. 3 goals. City, they're hard to stop, aren't they, when it comes to their attack? So I did say it could be 3-2, didn't I? Yeah, definitely. I've gone with a 3-2. I think that we could see the game last season in the Premier League, the game at Anfield. I think that it's going to be a very high-scoring game. City's attack it's just amazing, and with Sterling, we don't want to say that, but Sterling's really good. De Bruyne is apparently back for this game. Just their attack is so good. Yeah. Yes, so we don't like to admit it. We never, as Liverpool supporters, we never like to admit that Sterling is having a purple patch or is anything better than average, because we're all a little bit bitter there, aren't we? But he's doing all right this year. I'll leave it at that. Ian says, hi from Cape Town, South Africa. Hello, Ian. How are you today, my friend? Thank you for joining us. I hope you've all had a fantastic day and you're never all clone to all of you, including you, Ian, my friend. Frank says, hello, all. Hello, Frank. Gillian says, Gillian, the chat's just jumped. Let me get back to your comment. Hey, Daz, missed you this week and glad to see you back. I've missed you too, Gillian. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back for the big one, guys. I thought about it. I was gutted that firstly, I couldn't do the watch along. I mean, secondly, I was working, so I couldn't actually watch the Liverpool match. And everyone said to me, you was the lucky one because you didn't get to watch the game and it was awful. So, I'm sure I will hear more about that as this one goes on. But awful. The comments, the messages that you guys were sending me, I knew during the game my phone was going mental and I was going, oh, what's this? Are Liverpool smashing them? Like, this is good news, surely. I got to my phone and it was around half time and everyone was like, this is rubbish. This is terrible. Like, man. And I was like, I think I'm going to put my phone back away and not look at it. Jamal says, glad you're back. Oh, I'm glad to be back as well. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Stephen says, if Liverpool play like they did against Napoli, surely we'll lose. This is one thing, Stephen. Firstly, thank you for joining me. This is one thing that I want to say, Connor. Liverpool, I watched the highlights. I couldn't, knowing the situation with that last game, I couldn't watch the full game back like I was going to. Because everyone said to me, I would just get too angry. If Liverpool do perform like they did against Napoli,
we're not going to beat City because they're a different animal, aren't they? They're a very good team. We know that. By the sounds of it, Napoli deservedly won that game. We need to pull our socks up, don't we? And we need to find a different way of playing against City this time around, I think. What's your views on that, Connor?
Yeah, definitely. The funniest thing is, we said before we went live, I personally thought that we had that Roy Hodgson team playing for against Napoli. The performance was so bad. It was that bad I compared it to that. But my only takeaway from that was what a goalkeeper we have, because I think Alisson was the best player on that pitch, to be awfully honest with you, and we do need to improve from that Napoli game. If we do play like that, then City can run riot against us.
Yeah. I think I saw that Klopp was asked about can he take any positives from that game, and he said like learning basically where they went wrong, I guess, is a positive. But it's about pulling your socks up. It's about bouncing back. We're not used to Liverpool losing, and Klopp did say that the players are normally all smiles after the game and stuff, and they definitely wasn't after that one, and so they shouldn't be, because it was a performance that, the boys won't be proud of, that we wasn't very happy with as fans either. But it's about going again, isn't it? And what a good way it would be to bounce back this weekend by beating one of your top rivals for the Premier League. If we do get a victory in this one, do you think that a lot of people would then go, okay, forget about the Napoli one, we beat City, and then we go on with the Champions League in the next game, and we continue to then do well in that as well? What do you think on that, Connor?
Oh yeah, definitely, because if we beat Man City, we go top of the Premier League and 3 points clear City. And when you think about it, thinking long term ahead, this is a 6-pointer game. If we can beat City in this game, then it gives us an advantage over, because if Chelsea drop points as well, then that furthers us in front of it. And I think then we can be considered like title favourites, or certainly like title contenders, because even some people have said now, like I've read that Liverpool have been overhyped this season so far, and to an extent, yes, I can see that. Obviously, our attack's not getting there at the minute, but that's the thing, it's not there yet. When it is there, we're going to be rapid scoring constantly like we did last season. But I think that this game will prove whether or not this Liverpool team can bounce back from a not so much nasty defeat, in my opinion. Yeah,
no, I agree. It is about bouncing back, and that's exactly what we've got to do. We've got to do that this weekend. Bounce back from that result. As I say, we're not used to losing anymore. I definitely don't think that Liverpool have been overhyped this year. We're being spoke about in the sense that we should be competing for silverware and that we should be pushing for the Premier League. But with the way that we've started the Premier League, I can't see how you can overhype the table, our position in the table, the points that we took. I think Liverpool supporters in general have all been saying the same thing, that we've done amazing with the points that we've got, but we still feel like there's more gears to come as the season goes on. So I don't think Liverpool supporters are overhyping us. Maybe some pundits might be, saying, oh, Liverpool this, Liverpool that, but I don't feel like pundits in general do overhype Liverpool. I always feel like they put us down as a club. I don't feel like there's many people out there that actually do like Liverpool that much, apart from the Liverpool supporters. It's not nice to see in that sense, but yeah, I think that other clubs get hyped up more than what Liverpool do. So in that sense, I think Liverpool just need to carry on concentrating on what they're doing in the league. The Napoli game, I've seen people online say the lads need to forget about the Napoli result and just go again against City. I would say don't forget about the Napoli game. Don't forget about that result. Very much remember that. Very much know the feeling of what it's like to lose and how horrible it is. Know the feeling of what it's like to play in a game where you're disappointed that much with your performance and it just didn't go your way, because it's those games that you need to learn from. And, losing these games that's how you progress, isn't it, guys? It is. You learn from your mistakes in life, and that's what Liverpool need to do, in my opinion. Harry says, hello, Daz. How are you? Hello, Harry, mate. I'm very good. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. Mickey says, hey, Daz, Connor, and chat. Hey, Mickey, mate. Good to see you in here tonight, my friend. Gary says, afternoon, my beard fellow supporter. We will smash City. Hello, Connor. 4-2. I love it. Hello, Gary, my friend. I love that he says, my beard fellow supporter. He says hello to you as well, Connor, my friend. Score predictions are in here. Look, so Gary's gone for a 4-2, which is a big score prediction. Obviously, I went with a 2-1. So am I being a little bit too? What's the saying here, guys? Withdrawn? Is it? I don't know, but I'm seeing a 4-2 from Gary.
No.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Mickey's gone. I'm going for a 5-3 to the Reds. You know, some big score predictions. Connor, what was yours? 3-2, you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, mine was 3-2.
So yeah, put your score predictions in the live chat now, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see how you guys in general, thinking this game is going to go. I just don't feel like Liverpool's attack is fully clicking. Yeah, I feel like our defence has been the real stability of our success so far this season. And I will call it success because of where we are in the table, if that makes sense. And we did well against PSG as well. But, you know, I think that we've been solid defensively. I think we've still got more to come in the attack as well. Paul says, hello. Hello, Paul. Ian says, think we will scrape this 2-0. Going to be tricky. Need to pick up performances. 100%, mate. 100%. We do. We do need to pick up them performances throughout the season. It is about getting them results, isn't it? Grinding out some results, and this City game could be another grind. It could be a grind. That's kind of where I was seeing a 2-1, but you guys all kind of not going with what I'm doing. No, Firoz is though. Firoz is saying Liverpool 2, Manchester City 1. So Firoz, thank you so much, my friend. You are a fellow friend of mine. Go with my prediction. Jamal has gone 10-6 Liverpool. Jamal has just completely obliterated my score prediction, your score prediction, everyone's score prediction with a 10-6. I love it though. That would be such an entertaining game, but at the same time, I don't know whether I can take that with my heart. 10-6 would be ridiculous. Speaking of hearts, guys, Naby Keita, it was a back injury. Some of you guys may know this already, but I have received messages over the last couple of days saying, Daz, has Naby Keita got a dodgy heart? It was put out that it was just a back injury. There was nothing to do with his heart or whatever. So I wanted to clarify that. Just so you guys that did message me might have already have stumbled across this online. But yeah, he didn't have any cardiovascular problems, any heart problems. It was just the back injury. But he should be able to play for this game. So let's get into the injury update. So Lallana is back in training and should be able to make a performance. I was going to say, should be able to play, but looks like it would be from the bench. Same with Naby Keita. A lot of people are talking about Naby Keita probably will start from the bench as well. Not going to be risked, probably. It's highly thought that he will start on the bench. Back injury there, it's not too serious, but does Klopp risk him by throwing him into starting 11 straight away? Connor, what's your views on that one?
I think I said this on Twitter. I think if there's a slight chance that he can start, then play him. But if there's not, just put him on the bench. Because obviously, as we'll see later with the starting 11 predictions, I think we've both gone with the same. And I just think we need a little bit of creativity against Man City.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And we will get into the starting 11s in a minute because I've seen straight away Mickey's got a feeling Shaqiri will start with Naby. There we go, Mickey. You're on the same wavelength as me and Connor, I think, there. For Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne has trained this week. So it's likely that he could feature in this game against Liverpool, which is a meh for us, isn't it? Because we all know how good he is. He is a quality player and we would take him at Liverpool. So, yeah, but I always say, though, I want to beat these teams with their best players on the pitch no matter what. I just want to be better than them on the day, whoever they've got. I'm not one of these that is like, yes, I hope that they ain't got their best players. I just want to be able to say it doesn't matter who you field, Liverpool are just better than you on the day. That's what I want to see. So yeah, it's a positive for them that he could play in this one. He's a quality player, we know that. Gundogan and, if I say his name, Gundogan, and Mendy have got late fitness tests. I think I've read somewhere today, so they are a doubt at this point in time. But Delph which is Mendy's obvious replacement, is a definite no. He's not going to be playing for City in this game. So a few updates for the team news there, guys. Let me know your views on that one as well. Junior says, have you seen Lucas Paqueta linked as? I have indeed. Obviously, it was the Italian journalist, wasn't it, that said that his agent is in Liverpool, in Merseyside, I think it is. Very, very talented young Brazilian player, and would I get excited over the thought of him coming to Liverpool? Yeah, damn right I would. I think he's a fantastic young prospect for sure. 21 years old, I think he is. So he's at the right age that I think we should be definitely trying to nab him. But at the same time, would I look too much into it at this point in time? We still got a couple of months till the transfer window. Yes, Liverpool may be looking to do a deal, but at the same time, with his agent being there, it could be over a number of things. So I would hold fire just yet, okay, but hopefully we'll find out more over the next couple of months, and it would be a great signing for us, wouldn't it? Michael Dunn comes in with a massive comment with loads of hands up. Michael Dunn, welcome to the live stream today. Jamal says, I would. He's a baller. He is a baller, high work rate, fantastic playmaker as well. He just looks very gifted as a young Brazilian. Definitely one to keep an eye on, guys. I would for sure. Neil says, Daz, do you know anything about Paqueta signing for us in January? Apparently his agent is in Liverpool. Neil, I think I may have just touched on it there. Like I say, don't get too excited over it just yet, guys, but I will keep you updated. Hopefully over the next couple of months, we will find out more. Red Tick says, Keita had a back spasms. Yeah. 100% Red, mate, you're spot on with that one. Shallow says Keita is okay now. The hospital guy said it, nothing serious, but I think he tired on that game against Napoli, but he is fine. I really hope we can win with Keita. Yeah, so I think this is a great time to get the starting 11 up on the stream for you guys. Let me just make sure. Boom. There we go. I always get the starting 11 up on the screen before taking the chat down. It looks really jumbled, so I won't do that. So on the screen, what you can see there, guys, is my starting 11. Front three, unchanged. Midfield three, Shaqiri, Milner and Gini. You know, everything else is norm, really, but that midfield three is the thing that changes all the time. Now, the reason I've gone with Gini, Milner and Shaqiri is because Shaqiri, a lot of you guys are messaging me saying we needed some creativity in midfield. And I think this season in general, I've looked at it that we've got a very, very good midfield. But I'm liking, every time I see Shaqiri play, I'm liking how he looks to make things tick over, how he looks to make things happen. Shaqiri's my man to come into this one and to be our playmaker in midfield for definite. James Milner's been a boss this year, same as Gini. Gini, I think, plays that holding role so well at the moment. I think he's doing better there than what Henson is. I think Fabinho's not quite ready yet to play that holding role against City. And Naby Keita, obviously with a back injury thing, is probably going to start on the bench as well. So that's my midfield three. Connor, your starting 11, is it the same as mine or is it slightly different?
Yeah, I had the same as yours because I think that against Napoli, we needed that creative player and we didn't see Shaqiri. So I think this game will definitely see Shaqiri in the midfield, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just look at it that we just need a bit of spark in there, and especially against City as well. And I'm looking at set pieces. I'm looking at Shaqiri, you know, in a game against a top four rival, a Premier League rival in City. It could come down to a free kick that wins it. It really could. And if you've got Shaqiri on the pitch, I think his free kicks are beautiful. So I would like to have him on the pitch for sure. Anthony says, need Fabinho playing. Anthony, do you think that maybe Fabinho not playing much regularly at the moment could be why he's not fully ready to play? Do you think that it would benefit him throwing him in, like what we've seen Naby Keita has been thrown straight into the team? Do you think that would actually kickstart his Liverpool career off a bit more? Let me know your views on that one, my friend. What else we got here? Red Tick says, hello Daz, where were you, bro? Missed your stream, seemed a long time. It has felt like forever, mate. It really has, but it actually hasn't been that long. I think it's just been this week, hasn't it? I think. But yeah, I've missed doing it as well, mate. I've missed doing it as well. Forehead says 3-1 to Liverpool. I love that for. Thank you for your score prediction. Logan says, I say 3-2 Liverpool as well. I think that's such a good score prediction. I said it before. I think anyone that says 3-2, I don't know what the odds would be on that for anyone that's a gambling person, but I think 3-2 is quite a good score prediction for this one. I went for mine as 2-1 because I think it could come down to who defends better as well in this game. But yeah, which Liverpool are better, aren't they? We got two of the best centre-backs in the world. I'm just throwing it out there. Michael says 3-1 to the pool. Thank you so much, Michael. Logan says, are you streaming the match? I will be doing a watch-along, mate. I will be doing a watch-along again. Really looking forward to doing a watch-along as long as Liverpool pull their socks up and get back to it. That's what we want to see, isn't it? Neil says, Daz, he had asked about the Paqueta stuff, wasn't it? That's right. Mickey says, hope he does, Michael, as he has to step it up. He's not really been that good so far. Naby will score tomorrow. Gotcha. Right, that was the one. Thomas Billings comes in with a boom. Boom, Thomas. Boom. Fist pump to you, my friend. George says, hello, you all. Hello, George, mate. Thank you for joining us today. Connor, where do you think this game could be won and lost? See, my personal views on it is that it could come down to who does defend better in this game. What's your views on this one, my friend?
I kind of agree with you with the sense that who can defend better, but then I also think, obviously, who can score more. And at the minute, I think that this game is going to be probably the most exciting game this season so far. And for me, it's the midfield three is the key. I think what we'll miss is Oxlade-Chamberlain, because him against Man City last season, he was just superb. In all the games that he played against Man City last season, he would just break from the midfield through to attack. And then obviously he scored 2 good goals, one in the Premier League, one in the Champions League. And I think Shaqiri can bring that. And I think that if he does play, I think that will be the key role for us.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. Louis saying hello to everyone as well. Welcome to the live stream today. Josh says, if the front three doesn't click tomorrow, do you feel Sturridge or Shaq should get more games? What's your views on that, Connor?
I would say if it isn't working second half, I think Sturridge needs to come on because I think he gives an extra option. But if it is working, then I'd say just keep them on.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, I think it's a safe bet. I mean, I'm looking at this, that at the moment with Sturridge with the form that he's in, I think everyone's saying if it's not working up top, if the goals aren't coming and you've got a goal scorer there, put him in. But I'm wondering whether Klopp is still looking at it, that he's got to manage his injury record. I don't know, but let us know your views on that, everyone that's watching it now in the live chat, or if you're watching a replay back, as always, leave a comment down below. Michael Dunn says he needs to rest Salah at the start. Is it Salah or Mane that needs more of a rest in this one? Salah's been rested already. Mane hasn't been rested. I get it, Michael. I get it. I do feel that there is a bit of rest that does need to happen. Against City, I don't know. Because you do want your front three and you kind of are waiting for this game and you're looking at it and you go, no, you want your front three up there and you're hoping that it clicks and that they absolutely obliterate City because we know that they've done it before. We want them to do it again. But yeah, I think I'm looking at Mane for this one and going, when is Mane going to be rested? How long can Mane go for? Because he's the one that hasn't been rested yet. Connor, how long do you reckon it will be until we do see Mane get rested? Will he be rested next game? I mean, what's your views there?
That was going to be my suggestion, because I think, do we play Huddersfield after Man City?
Oh, now you're asking.
Whoever we play, I think that's the game that I think we've got one of the low teams down the bottom. It's either Cardiff or Huddersfield. I think that's the game, because I think you could see maybe Shaqiri playing on the left and giving Mane a little bit of a break. But yeah, it's going to be someone that's low down the league where Klopp can think, oh, I'm going to give one or two players a few rest in this game. Yeah,
we got Huddersfield. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I'm just getting through the chat now. Chad Will says, when are we playing? Tomorrow, 4:30 kickoff, my friend. 4:30 kickoff. He put it twice. It sounds so nice. He put it twice. Josh says Mane needs a rest. So Josh is saying the same thing as what I said. I think out of the front three, I would definitely be looking to give Mane the rest next. But as I say, against City, can you rest Mane? I just don't know. I don't know there. Louis says Shaqiri should play in a number 10 role. Yep. Yeah, I like Shaqiri. I like Shaqiri having the free roam. I like Shaqiri having the free roam in midfield, being able to do what he wants, like big man, get about the pitch, cause havoc, wreak havoc, get between the lines, supply. That's what I want to see. I think he does it well when we've seen him have the spells for Liverpool already. I think if he did that against City with our high press against them, we know that they don't like teams coming at them and pressuring them. And then I think if you've got Shaqiri picking up key pockets of space because he's got a free roam role, that's where I'm seeing Shaqiri coming into this game and hurting City. With his eye for a pass as well. Can you imagine? We press them high. They get a little bit flustered. They pass it about a little bit. We win the ball high up. Shaqiri finds a bit of space. The ball ends up going to Shaqiri. Shaqiri finds a killer pass in, and it only needs a Mane or a Salah or a Bobby to get one clinical touch for it to end up in the back of the net from a Shaqiri pass. And Shaqiri's the man that can find that pass. It's the playmaker being in the right position at the right time to find that killer pass. And it's something that we've lacked in a lot of games. And in this game against City, we could really do with having that playmaker on the pitch. That's why I went with Shaqiri being there for me personally. Powell says, I'd rather Fabinho than Shaqiri. So Powell, you're going for a more stability, solid unit in midfield then for you, my friend. What's your views on that, Connor? Would you go against City? Would you rather have the playmaker and Shaqiri on the pitch? I know your starting 11's got that. Or are you looking at what Powell says there and saying, okay, I want more stability? Do you think Klopp might look at that as an option for this game?
I think maybe second half. I think if we can maybe get a 2-goal lead or even a 1-goal lead and then maybe settle everything down. Because I think, especially the games last season, especially the game at Anfield in the Premier League, we didn't shut everything down. We just kept on going with this attacking mindset. And I think that's been the difference this season with Klopp. He's just thought, we're just going to shut everything down and just get the win sorted and not panic about it. And I think if we can score 1 or 2 goals, I can see Fabinho maybe playing a 2 or maybe just blocking up the midfield to make sure we win the game.
Yeah, I want to see Fabinho block out the midfield. If we are a couple of goals up, I would like to see him come on and make us a bit more solid. It's game management. It's something that Liverpool have done better this year than what we've done in previous seasons. But at the same time, I know what a lot of Liverpool supporters would say. If we're really getting at City and we're hurting them, then people will be like, just keep doing what you're doing. If it's working, then you don't want to change it at the same time. So it's a difficult one. But Fabinho, I was seeing John say, I think he's being eased into the league in an effort to get him to grips and up to speed with it properly. I mean, I agree with that. I think if you bring on Fabinho to try and be more solid in midfield and you take off on your playmakers, that is causing them all sorts of problems in behind. That means that then that relieves pressure on them defensively, means that they can attack you more. And if Fabinho comes in, he's not fully up to speed, and they end up coming back into the game, then everyone's going to go, that was a massive fail. So it's very difficult for Klopp, and he's got very big decisions to make. And it's another one of them games where, as we said, we're playing against Man City. It's a 6-point game. So it's big decisions, big players. They've all got to up their game because everyone knows that we're not happy with the previous performance. But against City, I'm sure that the lads are going to want to play their best. They know how much this is going to perform, so we shall see, we shall see what he does end up going with for sure. Mickey says 60-1, 5-3 lads, going for it. Cool, that's big odds there. Mickey's coming out with the odds there. 60-1 on a 5-3 lads, going for it. That's crazy odds. That is crazy. Stephen says this could be a make or break game for our front three, referring to confidence, that is. What do you think on that, mate? I think Stephen's putting a good point there because they're getting a lot of stick this year, saying that it's not working, saying that there's some greed going on there, that they're not passing to each other in key moments. Salah's getting a lot of stick as well, isn't he? Saying he's not up to speed with what he was doing last year. Mane, does he need resting? Bobby, People are saying drop Bobby for Sturridge. There's so much talk about that front three. If it doesn't work for them again against City, it's all a confidence knock, isn't it? So, Connor, what's your views on that? If it doesn't work against City for the front three, how long before Klopp does decide, okay, I need to change something up the top here? Or do you think he just keeps bashing through it, keeps going week in, week out, and keeps going, look, we know that they've got quality, we know that it will click, we know how good they are, and just keep going with it?
Yeah, I think this game is definitely a turning. It could be a turning point for the front three. If it doesn't work again, then more questions, like you say, will be asked. Do we need to switch it up and that? But I wouldn't say so much like panic yet, because we are a little bit into the season now, but I just think it's still going to work between them. Obviously, they all did really well last season, and I think it's not good, but it's kind of nice that we have good players to fall back on, like a Daniel Sturridge and a Shaqiri. But these front three are our main three. They should be clicking and scoring the goals, and if they do click this game, then we all have seen what they can do. But if they don't, then I think maybe there are questions that are going to be asked. And I think maybe in the Huddersfield game, I think he might change one or two things.
Yeah, and you've seen the level of the midfield kind of raise this year with how we started with Gini and James Milner, for instance, how they improved up the level of their game this season because you brought in Naby Keita and Fabinho. Now, we brought in Shaqiri that can play out on either wing. Well, he can play up top as well. He can play in a number of positions. We know how good he is. But do you see that maybe if Liverpool would have brought in another player up top there, that I don't know whether it's about, the price or the names or whatever, but do you think that maybe because the front three are selected week in, week out, that they don't feel so much pressure on them, that they feel that they don't have to perform week in, week out? Is that even worth a conversation there, Connor?
I think it is worth a conversation. I think that maybe it is that they're getting too comfortable of knowing, right, I'm going to be starting every single game because I'm a part of this amazing front three. But I think that maybe the thing that we are lacking in is a little bit of competition for the slots, because I think maybe it's not so much Salah and Firmino because they can be replaced by Shaqiri and Sturridge, but also with Mane, there isn't really anyone that can replace him in that team. And maybe we have talked about him a lot on this channel, but maybe a Fekir would have maybe helped with that. But it's one of those talking points that maybe in January, maybe we can go and improve, and maybe we can bring someone in to help create competition. Yeah,
I think that's what it is. It's about creating a competition. That's where my head is at with it. I think you need a bit more competition up there. Sturridge is a quality player that is scoring goals, but again, that maybe they might be looking at it and going, he can't play week in, week out constantly because of his injury record and the way they're managing him. Shaqiri is being used in midfield as well, so he's not always a constant pressure that he's going to be replacing them on the wings or as striker. And then you've got a drop-off in, the quality from the other players there. So maybe if you did bring it into the club, like I said, a Fekir or someone that is able to be really pushing them for their first team spot, they might have to up their level a bit, and a consistency level is what I'm looking at there. I know how good they are. I know that they will bang goals in for fun. I know they're amazing. We know that. But at the same time, I think that when you do bring quality players into the club, we've seen the effect of that. We've seen the effect that it's had on our defence. We've seen the effect that it's had on the midfield. I mean, Joe Gomez, for instance, how good he's been this year. You just look. If Lovren or John Matip or whatever want to get back into the team, every time they play, they've got to play at such a high standard. Otherwise, they're never going to get in over Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk when they're both fit and available to play, are they? Same with the midfield. You've got Naby Keita and Fabinho coming in. So James Milner and Gini and the other midfielders, they all had to have it in their head that, right, we've got to up our game because otherwise we're not going to get in the starting 11 when it's fully fit. You have rotation throughout a whole season, so there will always be game time. But there is a majority of the season that you will have a main starting 11, and these players will want to be involved in that. And what we have got here at the moment is, you see it week in, week out at the moment. The midfield three changes regularly for us in the predictions, but what doesn't change is the front three and the back line and the goalkeeper at the moment. So that tells you the areas where maybe we could do with a bit more squad depth in the future, in my opinion. Left back is one of them things. You know, Robbo, we could do with a backup for him going down the line. Trent is there. You've got Kleiny to come back in. Trent will know that Kleiny's a good right back defensively, but we've all spoke about Kleiny, saying that he needs to improve his game going forwards. But yeah, it's another talk for another day maybe. But for this City game, we just got onto that topic because it was, if it doesn't work for them again up front, if it doesn't work for the midfield three that is selected, then there might be change for the next games, and that front three is selected every single game at the moment, really. Who else have we got in today? Shallow, Anthony, Michael, Tamu, Louis Jr. All commenting here. Tamu says Trent needs a break. He's not clinical in making good crosses and chances. So Tamu, actually, I just said about Trent there. So Tamu's saying about him needing a break. So Connor, what's your views on that? Do you think Trent needs a break against City? Would you go with Klein? I mean, I don't think Klein offers even as much going forwards as what Trent does, even if Trent isn't on the best of his game. That's just my personal views, though. But what's your views on that, Connor?
I think that even when Trent's not like you said, not playing well going forward, I think he's a next level up from Nathaniel Klein. I think defensively, I think they're both the same, but I think it is that going forward, I think that Trent beats Klein no matter what. But yeah, I would definitely play Trent against Man City. I wouldn't rest Trent. Maybe the Huddersfield game we could see Kleiny, but no, this is Trent all day in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree on that one. But obviously everyone's got their own views, and like you say about resting Trent, it's what I said, that Mane would be the one out of the front three that I think needs the next rest, but not against City. I saw Michael said in the comment section, can't rest Mane against City. Richard Fink says Daz is back, lads. Dazza is back. Yes. How are you today, Richard, mate? I hope you've had a fantastic week, and I hope you're good today. Junior says 2-0 up at Old Trafford in 10 minutes. What am I missing? They've just scored again. Newcastle scored again. Fantastic, Connor. Get on it. Tell me what's going on there. What is going on?
It's 2-0 Newcastle. Well, there was the rumour last night that Jose Mourinho was getting sacked today, no matter what the result was.
Well,
so
Rafa. Rafa Benitez, everyone. Rafa Benitez. He's a legend. The Kilton's in the building, as to his Raidens. Good to see you both. Raidens says, I'm thinking 2-0 to Liverpool, maybe. Thank you so much, Raidens. It would be great if we could beat them 2-0. I would love that. A clean sheet against City would be a great result. It really would. The Kilty says, it's not a game to be trying new things. Almost anyone else, I would drop two of the front three and play Studge and Shaq from the start. But with City, we need our top 11 on paper. Yeah, I think the Kilted is good in that sense with what he's saying there. It's not about experimenting. It is about going with the lads that know their job, the best 11 really on paper, as he's saying. I think City is a tough team. You want your players that know how Liverpool play the best. That's why I don't think that Fabinho comes into this one. For me, I've seen people call and say that Fabinho needs to come in, but that's why I've said that he doesn't, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think the team that I've put out, I think will do a really, really good job against City. But let me know your views on that one, everyone. Michael says, get him, Rafa. Fizzy says, Mane should fake an injury in the 90th minute so he can miss the international break. Oh dear, Connor. You know, these players, over time, we've seen players that have faked injuries so that they do miss international break. I don't think Liverpool players really do that, do they? They end up with an actual injury when on international break, don't they?
Oh, it's always the case. No matter what international break it is, there's always a Liverpool player that comes back injured. No matter, it could be like the most minor of injuries, and then it could be like, oh, they're out for about a month, and it's like, oh, brilliant. Oh, Shadow says, Daz, do you want to talk about Man U? I think we do.
There's not much to really say about him other than they're a sinking ship. He's going, isn't he? I want him to stay. Mourinho in is all I have to say, pretty much. But yeah, Fizzy says, I really think this game could be where our front three click. They have a lot of space in this game. They just need to be clinical. I agree with that one, Fizzy. I really agree with that one. I'm going to be taking call-ins in a minute, but Connor, what else do you want to say on this game? Is there anything else that you want to bring up to do with this game? Who do you think will be man of the match for this one?
I'm going to go for Mo Salah. Hopefully he can score 2 goals. I'm predicting him to score 2 goals and maybe Mane getting 1 for me.
Yeah, I would love that, to be honest. I would love that. And your score prediction was 3-2, wasn't it? I think, if I was correct.
Yeah.
So 3-2, yeah.
Also, I think it's the battles between the 2 Brazilian goalkeepers. So hopefully our Brazilian goalkeeper can be the best.
Yeah, and I would love it if our Brazilian goalkeeper lobs their goalkeeper. How good would that be? Eh? That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Never going to happen, but our goalkeeper is better than their goalkeeper. I'm just going to throw it out there. They all try and say that theirs is better, but I'm not just biased. He is. He's Brazil's #1 goalkeeper, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And like, just looking at the difference between them, it's not that much, but we do have the better Brazilian goalkeeper. He's a better distributor. He's a better stop shotter. Couldn't speak him. A shot stopper, and he's just better all round. And he's just the Brazilian lunatic.
Exactly. I love it. He is better all round. He's better at everything. And it's not just because we're Liverpool supporters either. If you're a Man City supporter and you think that Alisson is better, then let us know. None of them will leave a comment saying that. If they do, then I've got a lot of respect for them because it's the truth. Right, Connor, thank you for starting the show today, my friend. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Obviously, Conor McGregor is fighting tonight. Are you going to be watching it?
Oh, definitely.
Who do you think is going to win it?
Conor.
It's going to be a difficult one, isn't it, mate? It's going to be a difficult one, yeah. Thank you so much for joining us and starting the show off, buddy. Let's hope that we can get the result tomorrow, and I would take a 3-2, as you said, mate.
Hopefully, and thanks again, mate.
Take it easy, mate. I'll speak to you in a bit.
Okay, bye.
See you later, buddy. Thank you. There we go. What a great way to start the show by having Connor on here. Brilliant. I will take call-ins in a minute. Let me just quickly get into chat for 2 minutes just so I can talk to you guys. It's going off already. Scott, I'll just see you ringing, mate. I will talk to you in a minute. Thank you for joining me on the chat today. Adam says can't see Salah scoring. Adam, what is it? I get what people are saying with Salah, and I've seen people keep saying all he's doing is losing the ball and stuff. But do you not think that all of a sudden it will start clicking for Salah? Are you that worried about him? Those guys that are saying that Salah won't score and that he started really bad, are you that worried about him? My personal views on Mo Salah is that, you know, he's proven what he can do. I think defensively his work rate has been a lot better for me this year. Yes, we know that it can be better in front of goal. We know that. We know that it can be Mr. Clinical, and we haven't seen that yet this year. But I just think that bodes well for the rest of the season. If it doesn't come off all year, then we look back at it and I'll be like, wow, that was surprising. Klopp's not worried about it. I'm hoping that this is a game that we see it, but we do say that each game, don't we? We have been saying that. So yeah, Adam, let me know. Are you really that concerned about Mo Salah? Marcus says Salah will score 2 tomorrow. SMB says, do you live in Liverpool? No, mate, no. No, I'm down south, mate. I don't live in Liverpool. I hope Jose will stay so we can get easy wins, says Raidens. Me too. I don't know whether SMB was talking to me or whether he was talking to, obviously, someone else in the chat there. Stephen says Salah will find form at some point, but I think he needs a freer role. Yes, the Angry Scouser says, how's things? Hey, Daz. Hey, Angry Mate. How are you today? Things are okay, mate. Things are very good. I'll be glad when this week is fully out. out of the way. It's been too busy for me. As I say, it's great to be back doing this and speaking to Liverpool supporters. That's what I love the most. Adam says he's just been off of the boil. Yeah, I do. I'm not worried at all, Daz. He will start scoring again. Brilliant, Adam. Brilliant. Yeah, that's what I think as well, mate. I'm glad to see you think the same. Richard says, I think Salah is still worried about his shoulder. You can see it in his physicality. He's working extra hard, but defensives are double and triple teaming him. We need to get him in better spaces. I think Richard has just been spot on there. I think spot on there. Teams are very scared of him. They know what he's capable of. They're shutting him out more this year. They know that he wants to get on that left foot. It's going to be harder for him this season than what it was last year because he's the big lad, isn't he? He's the threat. And also, I think it's a valid point that Richard said as well, that you've got to look at that injury that he got. He's still playing with it, maybe. He's a bit worried about it. I don't know. Nobody really knows the truth on that one at the moment. But I think Richard's got a very good point there. Is he a bit concerned about it? Is he holding back a little bit because of it? I just don't know at the moment. I don't know. But I'm hoping that Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, will continue to kickstart the way he did last year. You know, he didn't get off to a flying start last year. And look at how he finished it. As Adam said, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about him. I think he will come. I like what Richard said. We just need to get him in better spaces. I agree. I'm wondering whether we should start to switch it up a little bit. Up top, mix the front three. Salah not getting much joy on the right. Put him out on the left. He's played it before. Mane's fantastic on the right anyway. I think Mane's best position isn't out on the left. I think it's out on the right. So maybe switch it up. I'm not saying against Man City, but in the game, swap him about a little bit. Trev says, hey Daz, hope you're good. Hello Trev, how are you today? Tony says, I'm from Liverpool. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. Trev, Tony, good to see you guys. Connor says, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And Connor, KO 5th round. Oh, big Connor prediction there. And says maybe when we have an easier run of games he will get the confidence back. SMP says I'm a Norwegian supporter. Oh, good to hear it, mate. Good to hear it. Raiden says let's hope he does get better. Yeah, indeed. I think he will. I think he will, mate. Maverick says this could be a really tough game. Gonna need the crowd behind us, but happy to take a point and move on. Yeah, I think the crowd will have a big effect on this one as well, as we always say. Hopefully so. But yeah, do you know, Maverick, I think you're the first person that I've seen actually say that they would take a point. Realistically, it's not a bad thing. We saw against Chelsea when Sturridge scored that goal. I went mental. Everyone went mental. We celebrated it like it was a victory. It's a big point at the end of the day, but could be a bit different. But yeah, if we get a point against them, then they're not gaining on us. And if the game's not quite going our way, then we would obviously take a point. But before the game, it's always like we want to win it, don't we? But we'll see how it pans out, I guess. But yeah, I get your views on that one. Fizzy says Mane and Bobby's form is a worry too. Mane, no goals in 4. All of our front three need a big performance tomorrow. Hopefully they can link up well tomorrow and do the damage. Yeah. The Kilted says, this is a bold strategy by Jose. Go 2 down before turning up. Yeah. Do you reckon this is his strategy to, his bon voyage, his see you later, is just to get absolutely walloped or something? I don't know. Skater Boy says, it's a game today. It's tomorrow, my friend. 4:30 kickoff on Saturday. So it's tomorrow. It depends where you are in the world. I don't know whether it's today, tomorrow. For some of you, I don't know. My geography isn't that great, as my geography teacher liked to tell me when I was at school. But that was a long, long time ago. And it's still not that good. So I'm guessing my geography teacher was pretty right with what they said. I don't need to know much about geography. I need to know where Liverpool is so that I can go to Anfield. Simples. Richard says, I wanted to see Cater and Millie Shaq midfield and try to really turn up the volume. We were dominated in the midfield against Napoli. We need to get back to rock and roll football. Yeah. Obviously, like I say, I didn't get to watch a game. I watched the highlights back. It looked like they was just completely outpassing us. Man City can pass the ball better than Napoli. So we need to get back to, as you say, rock and roll football, that high pressure, high press. Get at City, shut the passing lanes down. Trigger runs. We need to be doing that more and more. We need to do it better against City. We've got to. Otherwise, we won't touch the ball against City too much. And we don't want to be watching that, do we? We really don't want to be watching that. Gary says, I think Khabib will KO McGregor, does he? Oh, Gary, really? I want McGregor to win. You know, Khabib, he's a quality fighter. I think it could go either way, guys, there, to be honest. Obviously, if Khabib manages to get McGregor down, it's a difficult one because Khabib is a tank, isn't he, in that sense. But Conor McGregor, he's my man. McGregor's my man. You guys know that have been following me and subscribing for years. Know that I've always supported McGregor, and I think if he keeps it on its feet, he can knock him out. So yeah. Someone who says, love from Nepal. You never walk alone. You never walk alone to you as well, my friend. Sian says, mate, I'm just here. Man United 2-0 down. I know, I've heard. It's brilliant. 1 point is better than none, says Ray Dinty. You're spot on there, mate. Right, let's take these call-ins. Let's get it going. I've just noticed the time, so we need to get it going. Plus, I can feel a tiddle building up. So... Fizzy says, our pressing game is very demanding at times. I hope our boys won't be tired ahead of tomorrow. We did look tired at Napoli. Let's hope they can give it one big push before the international break. I hope so as well, mate. Here we go. Let's take this. Oh, why won't I accept? There we go. Hello, Scotty, my friend. How are you doing?
Good, mate. Yourself?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. I'm all the better now hearing you talk as well. How are you feeling on the game, buddy?
I think we can nick a point.
Yeah? So, you feeling like it's going to be a draw, mate?
A draw or a win for Liverpool.
Yeah, you don't think they're going to beat us at all?
No. Well, I know you didn't watch the Napoli game, but Liverpool were dreadful.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I watched the highlights back. I was going to watch a full game back, mate. And between all of you guys meshing me, I decided against it. I was like, I can't because all of you said it was that bad. So I watched the highlights and we didn't look clever. I mean, no shots on goal. For you, mate, against City, what do we need to change from the Napoli game for the City game to be better?
We just need to keep the pass. Like, as you said, City are good at passing. We need to be as good as them on the day of passing the ball.
So better in possession.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that we looked a bit tired against Napoli? I saw in the comments there that, you know, a couple of people saying that we looked a little bit tired against them, and they did pass the ball well. So
Mane was shattered, and I don't know why he didn't bring Mane off. He brought Bobby off.
So you would have took them off in that game?
Yeah, Bobby did come off for Shaq, but
right.
Sturridge. But why did Mane not come off for Shaq?
So who's your starting 11 for this one, mate?
Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, Robocop, as you say. the Ribena King. Genie, and I would go with Shaq, and then obviously front three.
Yeah, so you wouldn't rest any of them from the beginning, but maybe make some earlier subs then, is what you're saying, because they look shattered in the last game.
I mean, our first change was the 90th minute against Napoli.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened with Keita? Because Keita come off early, didn't he? So other than that, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, other than that.
Yeah. So... does Jordan Henson not get a shout in this one for you? Obviously, he doesn't make my team, but for
I'm
you,
not Henderson.
You're not a fan, did you say?
I'm not a big fan. I don't like him, but I wouldn't blame him. He's too. Well, if they want to play De Bruyne against us, I don't know.
Yeah. So it's going to be a tough game. Where do you think this game is going to be won or lost, mate? You said about possession, but. Where do you see on the pitch? Where's the key battles going to be?
I think it might be our front three. Because if our front three don't show up, it's going to be hard for the midfield.
Yeah. Just looking here, what Alan's joined. Good to see you today, my friend. Skater Boy says against Napoli we were terrible. So we need a drastic improvement, mate, from the last game and this one, and you've obviously started on this calling saying about that one. Who needs to improve the most out of those players from last game to this one, mate? Which player do you want to see, you know, in this one really step up their game?
Just in general, I thought Virgil van Dijk was one of our best players against Napoli.
Yeah. Did Gomez do well? I heard I think Gomez did quite well, didn't he?
Gomez and Virgil van Dijk did amazingly. But Koulibaly, their big centre-back, we didn't target him and he was on a booking and he just thought of just shoving Virgil about the place.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your score prediction, buddy? Let everyone know your score prediction.
A comfortable 1-0.
A 1-0, so yeah, but I'll take that. I would take that. So obviously you said that you don't think they're going to beat us at all. You think 1-0, but at the same time, if it ends up a draw, is it the end of the world for us, mate?
No, I would take anything as long as it's good for LFC.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. And are you going to be watching the Conor McGregor and Khabib fight tonight?
Well, I've heard it's on at 5 in the morning or something. So
yeah, I think it's all about 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, so I guess that's a no. You're like, no chance I'm watching Liverpool tomorrow. So
no, I'll be up. I'll probably stay up till about 2, and if it's not on by 2, I'll be away to my bed.
yeah, definitely, mate.
Watch along and Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. So, anything else you want to say on this game, mate?
We just hopefully Klopp changes the performance of the skill of the attitude.
Yeah.
On you go.
I was just going to say, do you think that it is that? Do you think it was the players' attitudes need changing then?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. In what sense, mate? In what sense? Like, do you feel like they didn't really try against Napoli?
No, because Salah had plenty of chances to bury the shots, and we didn't. Yeah. We didn't even have one shot on target.
Yeah. So they need to fully change their attitude going against City, because otherwise we're just not going to do well, are we?
Fully change your attitude, and I think we worried about Naby a wee bit, which is understandable.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. All right, thank you for calling in, Scotty, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sure you're going to be fitting in a bit of FIFA or something, and then maybe watching the fight tonight, and then I'll speak to you later on today, hopefully.
Yeah.
Take it easy, mate. Speak to you later.
Right. See ya.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So there we go, Scotty there, saying we need to change our attitude from last game to this one. We need to improve. You know, he said that he would take a draw. It's not the end of the world, but he thinks a comfortable 1-0 victory to Liverpool in this one. I like that. There we go, Fizzy, my friend. Is it?
Yes. Hi,
yes.
Jazz. How are you?
There we go. Yeah. Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. So many people was calling in. I clicked the button and it flicked between you and like 3 other pictures. I was like, what? I don't know which one it is.
It must go so mad that literally, as soon as you come off one, you must have a flood of calls.
Yeah, it's brilliant though. It's brilliant because it means that, you know, we should hopefully have a few call-ins for people to be able to listen to. How are you feeling on this game, mate?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident because it's Man City and we're at Anfield. Not because it's Man City, but because it's at Anfield, and I know they've been really poor at Anfield for so many years. They haven't won, I think, since 2003 at Anfield, and Anfield's been a fortress for us. And I think the last time we lost was last year against Crystal Palace, which was going back 2 seasons now. So confident ahead of the game, but based on our last display in Napoli, I'm not quite sure how this one will go, but I think that's just a one-off for me.
Yeah, it's... Mate, honestly, so many people was messaging me, so disheartened from that. You're saying it's just a one-off for you. Liverpool can take positives from it in a sense that we can learn from that and go, we don't want to be playing like that again, especially not in a weekend. This could actually become a positive in that sense that we've got that out of our system. Let's go again against City and just go all out now, isn't it, against these?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, in a way, that performance was needed, a really bad performance, and I'm glad it happened against Napoli rather than Man City, because we've got Red Star in the next 2 games. Hopefully that's 6 points, and then a win against Napoli or PSG, that'll see us through anyway. And also, it's just a reality check as well for our players, because I know it's a hard set of fixtures we've had over the last 2 or 3 weeks, but it just shows that we need to be on our game every single week. I think maybe against the mid-table side you could get away with not being 100%, but when you're up against top European sides you have to be 100%, and I think it was a reality check for us.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I mean, going into that game, I felt very confident that we would do well, and obviously Liverpool just didn't. From what I've heard, people saying that we didn't take it seriously, but against City, Liverpool are going to surely take them seriously. I mean, we know what they're capable of. We know how good they are. It sounds like they've got Kevin De Bruyne as well coming back into this one. They've got a couple of players that are doubts but could end up back in. And Liverpool, my starting 11 is up on the screen. Do you agree with that one? Do you think that's the best 11 to go with against them, or who would you pick to go against them?
Yeah, that is what I would have went for, apart from Shaqiri. If Keita was fit, I would have played Keita in Shaqiri's position. But other than that, that's pretty much spot on. The reason why I would want to play Keita in this game is because I feel like him and Milner could really do well in terms of the press and stopping their midfield, because I think they will play with Fernandinho, Gundogan and Silva. And when you look at that midfield three, they're very good technical players, but they haven't really got pace in terms of like speed and on the ball. But I feel like with Keita, he gives us a bit more in terms of pace. It's a bit like Oxlade-Chamberlain. Like Keita does have that press in him, and so does Milner. And I feel that if we played those three in midfield, it would work really, really well. Maybe if we play Shaq, we could be too exposed because they've got great technical players like Sane, Silva, Sterling, and it could leave us a bit exposed at the back, especially because we're not playing Henderson too.
Yeah, no, I think that's very valid points, mate. Very valid. Who do you think will be man of the match for Liverpool? Do you see a Mo Salah turning up and absolutely lighting up City? Do you think Mane will find his feet again in this game? Or do you think it's going to come down to a defensive battle? And it could be, I pointed out earlier on when Connor was on, I said, I think it could be who defends better in this game could end up being the ones that win this.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think for man of the match, I think any of our front three, I'd love to see Mo Salah get on and just perform for us tomorrow. So I'll go with him. I think it's a perfect game for him to really come to life. And he was excellent last season against them in the 2 games we played them at Anfield. So I would say Salah. And also going back to your point, it will be whose defence holds up as well. Because both teams have great attacking players. And it could even come down to maybe a goal or two in the game. And with your prediction, you've gone with 2-1. And it could just be where defensive mistakes could cost one or the other the points. And I think Man City are very good defensively. But I think if we press them well, I think we could get at them.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key in this one. I think they don't like it when teams press them. I mean, Liverpool don't like it when we get pressed. But I actually look having Gomez and Van Dijk as our 2 centre-backs. I think they're so comfortable with getting the ball out from the back, and Alisson as your goalkeeper.
Yeah,
I actually think we will deal with a press better than what City deal with a press. So I'm hoping that we will do better in that scenario. So I'm confident in this game because it's at Anfield, because we've got a bit of a history against City in the sense of I feel like City have got this thing in the back of their head that they just always seem to lose or do bad against Liverpool. I don't know whether I'm right there, but when I speak to City fans, they're like, "Oh, I hate playing Liverpool." Yeah. They don't like it, do they?
Yeah. The point that you made about the defence and the pressing, I feel like our centre backs, they're quicker than theirs. Virgil and Gomez have a bit of pace on them. So I think when it comes to the press, if they try to press us, I feel like we'll be able to deal with it better. And sorry, what was the second point you said? It's just gone out of my head. It was
mind blowing.
It was quite interesting as well because I wanted to cover the both.
There we go. It's gone already. I don't know, Fizzy, mate. I've had such a long week. I'm literally running on 3 hours sleep every day. Yeah, it's completely gone now. That's what I was reading a live chat and people talking about they want Jose Mourinho to stay.
Yeah, because I think obviously our fans are excited that United are losing, but with them 8 point, I think, or 10 points behind us, it's nice when they lose, and I love the misery, but it doesn't really bother me as much. Maybe if they were closer to us, I'll be like, okay, but I think they're finished anyway. We know they're sinking. But in terms of the game tomorrow, literally that was the point I wanted to come back to, but I don't know what it was.
Mate, this is what happens. I sit there, you're talking, I'm listening to what you're saying, and then all of a sudden I see a comment about I really want Jose to stay. Beat Man U, says Shallow, and then you go, what was your second point? I was like, hang on a minute, what was my second point?
Oh yes, I've got it. It's about the psychological effect of Man City come to Anfield. That's it. They haven't won in Anfield since 2003, I believe, so it's 15 years. And we've always had a good record against them, even when they've had, even over the last 10 years, when they've brought in these big players and quality into their team, we've always had the upper hand against them. And I feel like maybe it is a psychological, mental thing for Man City players. And sometimes as a player, when you're going to a ground where you never win, it can always be at the back of your mind, and it could just increase the pressure on you to deliver. And that's where I believe City come unstuck. And since Guardiola's been there, I thought that might have changed. But I think in 2 meetings, we've beaten them both times. So last year was 4-3, and the year before that we beat them 1-0. So definitely, I feel like it is a psychological problem. Pep was asked about it as well. And his response was that we're playing Liverpool and that's how they play. It's just not us that struggles against them. It's every team that goes there. And he goes that we'll go out there and we'll try to play and do the best we can to obviously not let that affect us. And also the point about the bus route, I think they're going to go through another bus route to Anfield on that day, tomorrow.
Are they?
Yeah, because I remember in the Champions League, the bus got smashed. Well, no, it was a hostile kind of atmosphere, and apparently they're going to install cameras in the buses and all sorts.
Oh, come off it, Jesus! Oh, what? They're making a mountain out of a molehill with that one. I swear, honestly. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool fans are going to do that to their bus again. I don't think so. It was a small group, and it could have been anyone. It doesn't have to be Liverpool fans. It could have been anyone whatsoever that wanted to cause a problem, couldn't it?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think obviously throwing glass bottles and stuff at the coach, that's just not acceptable. I love the way that we do greet our team bus and then make it hostile for the opposition team bus. That's totally fine. And we tend to do that in a lot of European games, especially in the later stages. I think we did it against Dortmund 2 years ago and Villarreal, if I believe correctly. And in 2014, we did it against City, if you remember, when we were going for the league. So it is something that maybe I would like to see us do more frequently, especially for the big games at Anfield.
I think so,
what's your thoughts on that? Giving that welcome to the team ahead of a big game.
I think so. I think, why can't you do it all the time? Like, look, I don't live locally, so I get that it would be more of an issue for the locals and stuff like that. But if it's a big game, if you're playing someone like City and you want to make them feel it, get behind the team, support them. Klopp said it himself. He said, we need to create these European night atmospheres for all the time. Why can't we have these atmospheres? So it's all part of it, isn't it? So I think, definitely get behind the team, show them clearly that you support them and you want them to do well. And it's not just about making it hostile for the other team, but it's about making your team feel like, wow, look at this support that we've got. And you imagine if you're a player that plays for another club and, you know, you're linked with this team, you know that they're interested in you, and you go to play at that ground and you see the support there and you think, oh, I could very much end up playing there. I think I might want to, because you would look at that and you go, wow, I want to play for those supporters. I don't want to play against them. I want to play for them. So, you know, there's a lot of benefits to doing stuff like that. But it's just, at the same time, I think if you did it all the time, does it take away the specialness of, you know, the great nights? It's maybe. It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I totally agree. It definitely gives us players a boost, and fans. It creates an electric atmosphere, and what happens off the field then goes onto the pitch. And then when the cops sing in and the whole of Anfield's in fine tune, it really gives us a boost. And yeah, I totally agree that if we did it too frequently, maybe it would take that specialness away from it. And maybe teams will be more prepared, thinking, oh, we were here, we've been through this. It won't be as intimidating as it was before. And yeah, Klopp had obviously the same amazing atmosphere when he was at Dortmund, and he's now come to Liverpool. And there has been some games where it's been a bit flat, but you can understand that, especially when you're 3-4-0 up against, I don't know, Southampton the other week. You're not gonna, you know, what's there to like? Obviously, there is things to be excited about, but it'll be different maybe to if you're playing against a City or a United.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree. What is everyone talking about? I'm just arriving, says Reasons. We're just talking about the atmosphere, the big games at the moment. Me and Fizzy are on the call-in at the moment. And then the other lads that are in the live chat are actually talking about the Man United game because they're doing terrible from what we can hear. Fizzy, what's your score prediction for this game?
I think we'll win 3-2. I'm going 3-2. Yeah, I think it'll be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think that's easily could end up being the case. Anything else that you want to add on this game?
Yeah, I just want to make a point about our front three and our midfield. So I'll start with the midfield. I heard you say in the chat before that when our team sheet has been put out, you know who the back five is going to be, the keeper and the back four. And we know who the front three is what it's going to be. And I think midfield is the only area where rotation is currently happening. And I think maybe that is affecting our performances at times. Because I think when maybe Henderson comes in, it becomes a bit more solid, maybe it becomes a bit slow. But maybe when we're going with a Gini, Keita and Milner, maybe it's more energetic and it helps our front three also. So I feel like at the minute, I think we need to get the right balance in midfield, and a lot of people are calling for Fabinho to get in. But I think as the months go by, maybe by January, we may see a settled midfield three, which we'll be reliant on to deliver for us. And I think maybe the rotation in midfield is obviously affecting the front three because they're not getting enough service, and that's maybe down to their form, but it's not really clicking up front as well. So maybe less of the changes at times from Klopp, but I can understand why he does it, just to keep the freshness and to ensure that we don't lose that zip and that press. But one thing I would say is that obviously in this hard run of fixtures, we couldn't really rotate our front three. But I think if it doesn't click tomorrow, then certainly going forward, he may need to bring in like a Shaqiri on the wing or a Sturridge and really mix it up, because let's face it, no one's undroppable, and they shouldn't be felt like they can't be dropped because, you know, we've got Shaqiri and Sturridge waiting, who've played really well since they've obviously had their chance.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, mate. As always, top draw. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you on all of it, mate. Guys, I've just looked at the time and everything. My missus is going to be absolutely screaming at me to come in to do dinner for the kid and stuff like that. And obviously, we're in the kitchen, so I'm going to have to say, Fizzy, you're the last call in there, mate. Okay. And I will hopefully speak to you tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the rest of the night. Are you watching Conor McGregor and Khabib?
I'm just contemplating whether I should stay up or set the alarm. So, yeah. Are you watching it?
I'm going to be. What time is the walkout?
I think it'll be just after 4 o'clock because UFC is a bit different to boxing, so it'll be at the later hours, early morning. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to try and keep an eye on when the walkouts will be and stuff like that. And yeah, I will end up going to sleep though because I'm shattered. So I'll get up. But yeah, who do you think is going to win it?
I think Conor will win it because he's the much better fighter on his feet. I'm going 3rd round KO.
Love it. Kilted says Sturridge to knock out McGregor and Khabib in the first round, then flying back to score a hat-trick and get man of the match tomorrow. I love it. Fizzy, you take care, buddy.
Cheers.
Thank you for calling
evening.
tonight. And you, my friend. Take it easy. Night, mate. Love it. Guys, obviously I took a couple of call-ins at the end there. I've just noticed the time and my phone has got messages, so I guarantee it's my missus. She's going to want to come in and do dinner, so apologies, but we take call-ins again tomorrow, obviously reactions and stuff like that. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys in a live chat, and like I say, this week it's just I've been really, really busy, so I didn't get a chance to do my usual, but we've been back. That's been the match build-up show. My score prediction is 2-1. My starting 11 is on the screen. I think Liverpool have got more than enough to be able to do City. I think City look at Liverpool as a bit of a, not a bogey team or whatever you want to call it, but I think there's just something in the back of their mind that they're like, we can't beat Liverpool. And why is that? Because Liverpool get at City, we press them high, we don't let them breathe. They don't like that. They're not used to that. They don't play against many teams that do that to them. So it's not a regular occurrence. And if you don't regularly do things, you're not very good at doing it, are you? It's like, for instance, I don't play football much anymore because I just don't get the time to do it. So if I went out on the field and went to kick a ball about, I'm not going to be very good at it anymore like I used to be able to. So yeah, City aren't going to be very good at dealing with Liverpool's high press because they don't have to deal with it a lot. So that's why I think Liverpool are going to get at them, because we're going to high press them again. I went with Shaqiri in midfield because I think we need a playmaker in there. I think if he can get between the lines, get a bit of a free roll in there, I think he could be key to unlocking them. I'm hoping that the front three click, as we all are. We want to see it click. We want to see them start to get back to being clinical and putting away those chances. If that happens, fantastic. Honestly, from the last game to this game, there has to be an improvement. Otherwise, we will be disappointed again. City are better than Napoli, so they need to pull their socks up and they need to get on with it. All right, but this is a perfect chance for us to say, forget about that result in that sense. We go again against City, we get the 3 points there, and we move on from it. But the one thing that I said at the beginning of the stream that we shouldn't do is forget about the Napoli game, because those boys need to remember what it feels like to lose a game like that, because we do not want to be losing games in the future. We do not want to be feeling that, and those boys should know full well that it's disappointing and it's not the way they want to be feeling more than once in a blue moon. All right, and yes, Liverpool versus Man City, let's pick up the 3 points. I will speak to you all tomorrow for the watch along. Hope you all have a fantastic night. If you're watching the Conor and Khabib fight, then yeah, enjoy it, guys. All right, thank you for joining us tonight. Please leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. I've been on the bench LFC. You've all been legends. You take care, look after yourselves. See you in the next one.